YouTube, this is Lilith the Star, getting comfortable right now, and we're doing another Project Friday here today. So very quickly, before we do anything to do with, sorry guys, with the poster that we started, the picture that we started last week, I am going to show you some of the other bits and pieces that I have done this week. Oh, it's not been much, I will admit. Okay, so, I got this bit mostly done last week, but now I have completed the back piece, which is starting to look like a skull popper now, and I have started on the side. I have also started and almost finished. Come on camera, focus on him. Phil, the police officer from Zombicide. So yeah, I haven't quite done as much painting this week as I normally would do. I've had less time at work this week than I normally do to paint. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next week painting wise. I might actually decide to start doing painting this coven piece for you, because this piece is a bit that I can actually kind of get behind a bit more than my little Zombicide figures, which are only taking 1 or 2 parts because I'm painting them on Sundays. So this will probably be the next, once we finish this bit, this will probably be the next project, pardon me, that you see being filmed. Okay, and without further ado, I'm going to carry on with this. Is no longer centre screen. Damn it. Right, so we're going to start with the hat, because everybody loves this little hat. At least I do. I have been painting it black, haven't I? Yes, I have. Sorry, it's been one of those days. Oh. So, I'm going to start scribbling. There's not been too much going on this week for me, to be honest. It's been one of those weeks where stressful things happen to you, but they're not too bad compared in the grand scheme of things. So I've not really got an awful lot to talk about on that front. At the moment, I promise you I'll be doing a video draw, a contest draw soon, and I will, I promise. It's just I also promised you guys that I would try and keep up with the 2 kind of videos a week that were going to be Zombicide on Mondays, or board games on Mondays, depending, and project stuff on Fridays. So those 2 are kind of a bit more important to me than anything else at the moment. Now, I didn't draw the gold band on here, I have realised this now, but the way I'm going to do it is, I think it's going to be his kind of he's put it the other way around on the bedpost. You know, you don't always have to show the same bit, do you? There's other sides of hats. It doesn't have a gold band on both sides. I'd be a bit worried if it did. And now to work on the bedpost frame. My Daegu is so cute right now. I decided to actually settle this time, so it might be a bit quiet other than their constant kind of chipperings and chirpings and things like that, because they are actually settling down to sleep. In fact, sure if I can show you. No, I'm not going to, because I don't want to disturb them. Don't get a cold, that'd be bad. I'll have to take you to the vets. I might go into the vets. I don't want to, guys. Please don't think I don't, because my girls, Miley, and Tally, mean a lot to me. So, if they needed to go to the vets, I'd quite happily take them to the vets. Not too bothered on that front. On the housing situation, I have heard nothing more so far, but they did say it could take up to, 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how busy the court was. And so I have no idea if, all's going to go well or isn't going to go well, or, that kind of thing. It could take a while, but on the plus side, that means that I do get to spend a bit more time trying to save and get some money together. Or if anyone searches under my name on eBay, they will see that recently I have been selling a lot of stuff. Because who doesn't need to get rid of stuff when they're moving? Oh, the heating's come on. Yeah, unfortunately, even though it's summer and it's quite warm, I need to have my heating on, otherwise I don't have any warm water to have my showers every day, and that ends badly. Now this is the first really proper detailed, I think it's properly detailed drawing of the book. I've got quite a few more to do, so this is where it starts maybe taking a long time. I'm not 100% sure. It's taken me a pretty long time to get this far, to be honest, but you know what? I do work a lot. Okay, as do most people, but I'm not going to make excuses. I like painting. Speaking of which, I do need to go and mug my local Games Workshop stall. Not for the new Age of Sigmar game, I'm still waiting for a certificate, because I came second in a competition painting in the area. And I was quite proud of myself for doing that. But over a year later and I still haven't got the certificate. It's a little bit... Well, it's all based on personal circumstances for the poor guy running the store, but... Yeah. I'll go bug him on Sunday. Off. All depends on if I'm off. So, we got the bedposts done. don't really want much colour on there. Emails, more emails. Give the idea that this is gone, it's not where it's supposed to be. Not where it was when Odin went to bed. And therefore there's going to be no shading on this, because there doesn't need to be any shading on this. Probably should have done this after I've done the bedding, but I think it might give it even more of an understanding that it's not there if you can see the bedding through it. Now, what colour bedding do we think he would have? I know we've got lots of greys and blues that I've done so far for him, but if I do more greys and blues, he'll get very boring, and we don't want him to be very boring. And green is kind of, green and reds are kind of Loki's colour. I could give him purple bedding. Or would that clash? Right, well, what we'll do is we'll get everything else coloured first. Odin's crazy, wiggly, kind of curly hair. Crazy, wiggly, curly, because when you've been asleep, nobody's nobody's hair is kind of perfect when they just wake up in the morning. Of an evening, depending on how you work things, because we don't know. No, Odin might be a night owl. Might be a night worker. Let's do his eye. It's that blue, isn't it? Yes. So, what kind of news is coming out and about that we found interesting so far recently? I don't know, to be honest. There's a lady outside my house somewhere wobbling like a cat. It sounds terrible. So I keep being really distracted. I'm so sorry, guys, but it's just like I can't help. Some of those train wrecks, you can't help but listen to it, but you know that you're going to regret listening to it later. And you just can't help it. Like, oh dear, oh dear, poor lady. doesn't like my crows. I've never drawn a crow properly before. I find birds very hard to draw. The fact that I'm even drawing them, I'd like to consider a point of, at least I'm trying. Let's see. Let's give him we'll try the purple. He was always, from what I've thought, he was always a very, when he was out and about among humans, he was always very, I don't need, I can't remember the word, I really can't think of the word right now. He's not ostentatious. I really, wow, words are failing me. He didn't need much. He was literally the wanderer. He didn't need much when he was out in our human worlds. But I've always thought when he was back in Asgard, he had to have the best of everything. And I think the purple actually represents that quite well. Even though it might clash with his clothing, but who cares? I think that was quite cute. Okay, so let's carry on with the purple on the bedding. Well, there is, of course, always the whole Age of Sigma thing going on at the moment. Now, I'm not 100% sure on it, to be honest, but some of the rules that I've heard is just kind of like, if they are real and they aren't just someone being a troll, what the hell are they playing at? I do kind of have to admit that I do like the idea of not having any points values to a degree, because you can then just buy what you want. So if you didn't want to have 6 units of spearmen just to get you 1 unit of whatever it is you wanted, because originally when I collected my Dark Elves, you know, before you could get even 1 unit of Witch Elves, you had to take like 3 units of spearmen or Dark Riders, and I, as much as I liked the idea behind the cavalry, I hated the Dark Riders. The models were awful. So, you know, this will kind of help me go, oh well, I want to play and buy, I want to buy this and play with this. The only problem then is that you do have, you know, the added problem of outbuying your opponent, I suppose. But if you're a good player, a nice player, like, despite what a lot of people think, like most of the world actually is, then, you know, you could probably have some good games. That said, I still haven't read the rules, the 4 pages of rules. I probably could do, if I just went and bothered to download them. But yeah, any of this whole stuff to do with kneeling or swearing or insulting your opponent, I need to see if they're actually okay with that and it actually happens. Otherwise, I will probably be very quickly abandoning them. which is sad because I've been playing fantasy for a good long time now, and I really enjoyed it. I'll admit it was pretty much getting very stale with you set up on one side, you set on the other, set up on the other, and you didn't really get to do much with it. But I just want to say things like lots of people really loved Mordheim, and yet that didn't kick off and take off. And lots of people hated quite a bit to do with 40k, and now it's the most, when it first came out, now it's the most, well, on my friends book on Facebook anyway, friends on Facebook, it's one of the most popular games to seemingly be collected and played. So, yes, I can kind of see why people would be angry if some of these rules are true, but I kind of am going to try and take the bigger person's role and wait to accept judgment until I've actually played it. So what are we thinking, guys? Looking good? I think so. I want a kind of creamy-ish colour for the mattress. No, paintbrush! Oh, good, the singing cat has left. I know I've got no right to say anything, but when she's been singing for like well over 2 hours, you start to worry. Okay, so now on to the birdies. Blue eyes like Odin. And then we get to black out their little feathers. There we go. Oh no, wait. What I'm actually going to do is dip this water. Of course mean that I am actually going to have to sharpen this poor little watercolour pencil. But I think that kind of stands out, testifies to the fact that his spear is now gone. And it's quite, draws the eye to the fact that it's gone. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So that is Bink also now completed. So next week's one, I am going to be painting some more of this lovely thing. I am also, of course, going to be doing some of it at work, so you'll see it progress a bit in between each take, but probably not too much on this one. Okay? Right then, YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will be running my competition soon, so get your likes and subscribes in, okay? And I will see you next time, YouTube. Bye bye.